You have yourself a everything taco. It's all packed in one. I look a hot mess express this morning. Do not mind. I haven't gotten ready for the day yet. So good. Not to mention it's packed with protein, and there's even like tortillas that you can buy that are like protein wraps or protein tortillas, which would add extra protein. So I've really been trying to eat more protein. Okay, so I finally got ready for the day. I wanted to show you guys how pretty this lip tint is. This is the Rhode Peptide Lip Tint. I'm obsessed. It's almost lunchtime, so I'm gonna start making some lunch. Like I said earlier, I've kind of been trying to eat more protein. When it comes to weight loss, calorie deficit, calorie deficit, calorie deficit is key, okay? But making sure you prioritize protein is super important because it's gonna keep you fuller. It's gonna make sure you maintain your muscle and don't lose as much muscle as you would if you're not prioritizing protein. So I told myself this week, I wanna set a weekly goal to really prioritize that protein. I do think that setting little like weekly goals, like, what do I wanna do this week to help my weight loss journey is so helpful. I have been documenting my weight loss journey. Last week I uploaded episode 1 and I'm still documenting, so I do have episode 2 coming soon. So we will go more into that. For lunch today, well, I'm kind of debating. I'm debating on either having Greek yogurt, which is really high in protein, or having a salad with some beef that I made last night and I have extra. Decisions. It's the little chocolate chip bites for me though that really do it. Who doesn't want to eat chocolate for lunch? But for those of you who might be new to my channel, you're probably thinking yogurt for lunch, like what is this girl doing? But I honestly don't really eat lunch. I pretty much just eat snacks throughout the day to hold me off until dinner. Why? Because I don't like eating lunch. I really do prefer eating 2 large meals a day. So like breakfast and then dinner. Well, I actually really prefer eating a super large dinner. You guys might have noticed that I used the plain Greek yogurt and then I flavored it myself. That is super important because if you look at the flavored yogurts that are out there, they either use artificial flavoring or they use natural flavors, which I'm not a huge fan of natural flavors. Natural flavors is kind of just like a word they use to disguise when it actually has like hundreds of chemicals in it. 100% the healthiest thing you can do is to buy the plain yogurt because you're getting just plain grass-fed pure yogurt, and then you can flavor it yourself. So I used the organic vanilla extract to add into it, and then I had to sweeten it myself. So I sweetened it myself with honey, which honey when it's raw, like not heated, is so healthy for you. There's so many benefits to honey. You guys also saw that I added that bee pollen on there as well. I love that too. I'm dying for these chocolate chips again. I'm gonna get a head start on dinner. It is early, it's only 2 p.m., but I do like to prep my dinner ahead of time just so that once I put Kylo to bed, I can just get right to eating. I don't have to do the cooking and the cleaning late at night, you know? I feel like if you're a mom, then you know, like that 4 to 7 is chaos around that time. So I'd rather just get my cooking done early. So I made rice yesterday and I'm gonna kind of repurpose that rice and use it in another meal today. I've been trying to think of like what to make because I'm not gonna lie, I've been in a little bit of a rut when it comes to food, but I really wanna switch it up. I've been eating a lot of chicken lately, so I'm thinking ground beef. That's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna make ground beef like burrito bowl. So I have avocado, I have pico de gallo, so I figured let's just use that up and make a little burrito bowl. Okay, two things. If you do not have one of these meat smashers, you need one of these. They're so convenient for smashing up your ground beef. Like before I used to struggle, but this makes it so much easier, especially once it cooks through more and it's not as like raw. It's way easier to chop down. You guys will see afterwards when I use it. And then two, if you are losing weight and you don't have one of these, what are you doing? This really makes sure that the oil spreads very evenly and lightly so that you're only using like 10 calories of oil, but it can get all over the pan. I know you guys have been there. You drop a little bit of oil and it doesn't cover the whole pan, so you have to put more oil, and before you know it, you literally have like 200 calories of oil. So it's just a waste of calories, and that's the easiest way for your deficit not to work. So definitely get yourself one of these. There are so many different ones on Amazon, but get this one specifically that has the mist nozzle, because this one actually mists the oil, whereas I've had other ones in the past that just squirt the oil out, and then you kind of have the same problem where it doesn't spread evenly. With this one, 2 sprays and it's all over the entire pan. So you only use like 5-10 calories of oil. Actually, one more thing. So this sauce right here, if you guys have not tried this, you absolutely need to try it. It is a soy sauce substitute. So it's basically fermented coconut sap. Sounds really strange. Like I honestly would have never given it a try if I knew that, but I honestly thought this was soy sauce. So I bought it, and then when I got home, I was like, soy sauce substitute, what? And it says lightly sweet, and I don't really like sweet things, but it's true. It is very lightly sweet, like just a tiny bit, because I'm not a fan of like sweet food, but this just gives it like a little something, and it just adds such a nice flavor to your food, but it's also really healthy for you. If you look at the ingredients, it's literally just organic fermented coconut sap with unrefined sea salt. That's it. So this is such a good alternative if you want that soy sauce vibe, but you don't want the, you know, unhealthy non-benefits, what? You know what I'm trying to say? If you don't want to consume soy sauce, especially for kids, like I don't really want Kylo having soy sauce, especially with how high sodium most of them are. Even if you get the low sodium one, soy in itself is really just not that good for you. So this is great for kids if you want to give them a healthier alternative to soy sauce. I got mine at Whole Foods, but Superstore also has it, Loblaws also has it. So yeah, it's amazing. I always like to make sure I pick up all that seasoning off the pan so it can all go on the meat. I don't want to waste no seasoning. Y'all know I love my seasoning around here. All right, that's it. I'm turning off the heat now because even though there's a tiny bit of pink left, it will cook through just sitting here, because I definitely don't want to overcook the meat. I want to just get it cooked right on that just cooked line, especially because I'm going to be heating it up later to eat for dinner once Kylo goes to bed. I don't want to like eat it while it's overcooked, you know? So that's a big tip if you're meal prepping or just cooking ahead of time. Like definitely don't overcook it, because then when you go to reheat the meal prep or the leftovers, it's just going to be super overcooked. So I always keep that in mind whenever I'm cooking. It's like in my head engraved, like don't overcook it, don't overcook it, don't overcook it. Like I said, I have some leftover rice here that I made for dinner last night. This is parboiled rice, which is my favorite. I feel like no one talks about parboiled rice. And the reason why I discovered it is because if you're Canadian, then you know Osmos. They basically make like shawarma plates and it's so good. But I've always loved their rice. It's like short and just, I don't know how to describe it, but kind of creamy. And I quickly discovered it's parboiled rice. So I think that means that it's already boiled. So by the time it's packaged and you go and boil it, it's just like extra creamy and it's just so good. It's definitely different than regular rice. Like if you have not tried parboiled rice, you gotta try it. It's so good. It's just creamy. I don't know how to describe it. And you know what's funny? It's actually Kylo's favorite too. Like when I give him this rice, I notice he eats it more than regular long grain or basmati rice, which I love basmati too, but anyways. So this is basically just parboiled rice with veggie broth and some dried herbs, garlic, onion, black pepper, salt, and that's it. So super simple, but still very flavorful and good. But what I'm gonna do for today to make it a little bit more like burrito bowl style is I'm just literally gonna drizzle some lime on top and add some cilantro, and that's it. It's just gonna add a nice little burrito bowl vibe to it. Okay, so it's like 4:15ish right now, and I just need a little snack to hold me off until dinner, so I'm gonna have this apple. Apple is one of my favorite fruits, especially for weight loss, because it is very low calorie. All right, it's dessert time. And y'all know I have a sweet tooth, so I am going to have some chocolate for dessert. I usually only have 2 rows, which equals to be about 200 calories. So it's the perfect little dessert for me, and I look forward to it every night. I have such a sweet tooth, so gotta fit in my chocolate. This breakfast, y'all saw me make it in my meal prep video, but I made it with ground beef. And I do love the ground beef, but I gotta say, I love it a little more with the bacon. I'm just a bacon girly. So good. Yeah. Well, you help yourself, sir. Want some eggs with hot sauce? You like hot sauce? Okay, so I'm finally ready for the day. You guys saw I just made my matcha, which I already finished while I was getting ready. I was craving it so bad, but I'm just gonna have a little snack right now. I'm just eating what are these called? Mandarins, tangerines, oranges, I don't know, these little things. I think they're called mandarins. But I was just thinking, I have no idea what I'm gonna make for dinner tonight. I took nothing out of the freezer. You guys know I like to cook dinner earlier in the day. That way, when the chaos of like bath and bedtime and everything with Kylo starts, I don't have to think about dinner. So I like just doing dinner ahead of time. So I already am thinking about dinner, and it's barely even, well, it's 2. Yeah, that's a good time to start thinking about dinner. Anyways, I placed a little grocery order for some salmon and tilapia. I'll see what I feel like, because I'm kind of getting bored of chicken. I'm not getting bored of beef, but I just really wanted to switch it up. So we're gonna have some salmon or tilapia today. I'll see what I feel like. It is such a warm and sunny day out today. Me and Kylo spent like the whole morning almost in the backyard, and we had a blast. It's just giving me spring vibes, and I cannot wait for spring to come. But let's start prepping dinner. Oh, I forgot to mention, for my mamas out there, I actually give the Armor Colostrum to Kylo as well. I sneak it into his yogurt, to his smoothies, and it's amazing, especially for kids. Like, I know if you're sending your kids to school or daycare, they're constantly bringing germs home, so I always sneak this into his food, and that way I'm helping to build his immune system. And honestly, when he did get sick, it was very mild. Like, his symptoms were super mild, so yeah, I feel like it's just good to help build their immune system too. But let's start prepping some dinner now. So right as I was about to start prepping dinner, tell me how I get a notification. Salmon is sold out, no salmon at the grocery store. So honestly, I am just gonna resort to the usual. I'm gonna make some chicken, but I'm gonna try to just look up some recipes and switch it up. But yeah, salmon is off the menu for tonight. Let's see what I come up with though. Okay, so luckily I had some chicken that I took out yesterday. What's funny is it must have been meant to be because last night I was like, I don't know what to make tomorrow. Let me just take this chicken breast out as like an insurance policy. So good thing I did that because I don't have anything else to cook. Like everything else is frozen in my freezer and the grocery store is apparently dry right now. It's a Monday, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna make kind of like okay, I don't want to say teriyaki chicken because I'm not gonna make teriyaki chicken, but like that similar like coated saucy chicken, you know, like a sweet and sour type of vibe. I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but I'm going to put my own flair on it. Honestly, if we're being honest, I'm just winging this right now. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to just switch it up from doing my usual. So I'm going to put 1 egg, coat that up. Okay, maybe I put too much egg. Yeah, let's take some of that egg out just because I don't have too much chicken. Actually, no, that's good. Put in your seasonings. So I'm obviously gonna do salt, garlic powder, onion powder. The way I am winging this right now and like crossing my fingers that it turns out good, I'm gonna add a little bit of crushed pepper or like red chili pepper flakes because I feel like that's gonna add a nice little kick. What should I add? Why not go for my tried and true that I put on everything? But now I feel like we need some sort of sauce. I mean, you guys know I love my little soy sauce substitute. Should I do like a buffalo chicken vibe? No, I'm gonna use a little hint of soy sauce, just a little hint. Oh, you know what? I just had the idea, sriracha. Let's put some sriracha. So we got sriracha sauce, soy sauce, and red chili pepper being the main sitch here. Let's hope this works out. I'm gonna put roughly about a tablespoon of flour. So the flour with the egg is really what's gonna give it that like coated. Okay, this actually looks good. Honestly, I feel like sometimes the best recipes come out of like desperation when you're just like winging it. So let's see. Okay, this smells amazing. If you like a little sweet kick, like a little sweet and sour vibe, you could totally add honey to this and that would be fire. But I'm not really like a sweet type of girl when I eat my food. I like my food to be savory, my desserts to be sweet. Keep it separate. You guys know I like using spray oil, but this recipe needs a decent amount of oil. Not a lot, still gonna be, you know, careful, but you need a little decent amount so you can kind of fry it up. I added some black pepper to that chicken, by the way. Okay, so I was literally looking through my fridge, looking for some sort of like salad or, you know, healthy side that I can put with the meal. Cause I always like to have some sort of veggie or salad, you know? And my fridge is kind of dry right now. There was only pico de gallo, like nothing else. And I'm like, okay, this doesn't match pico de gallo. And I don't have any salad. But then I found this cabbage that my mom actually gave me because she got one that was too big. So she gave me half of it. And I was like, this would be perfect with some cabbage. So I'm gonna make some steamed cabbage. I love throwing in onions with my cabbage and any other veggie that I have on hand, like carrots. I don't have any carrots on hand. My fridge is dry as hell right now, y'all. Not me filming a what I eat in a day, but I need to really go grocery shopping. But I have some frozen corn in my freezer. So I am going to pop this in here to, you know, liven it up a bit. And I feel like that's gonna be super yummy little steamed cabbage. I turned down the heat a little bit because I don't want it to burn before it gets cooked. Some butter, a little bit of garlic, not too much. All right, now you want to add in your cabbage mix. Look how good this is looking. I did add a little bit more sriracha and soy sauce, and this just looks fire now, so I'm gonna close the stove. Okay, for the cabbage, I don't like to overcook it and make it too soggy because then when you go warm it up throughout the week, it's just gonna be mad soggy. So you see how it still has a nice shape to it, still gonna have that nice little crunch, but it's definitely shrunk a lot. So I let it shrink about 50% and then I know it's time to turn it off and take it off the stove. This is gonna be so good. And there is dinner sorted. I think for someone who literally winged it and had no idea what they were gonna make for dinner tonight, this turned out amazing. I already did a little taste test of the chicken and it is fire. So if you're looking for some sort of like stir fry chicken or like a sweet and sour chicken, but you're like me and you don't like sweet and sour, mixing soy sauce and sriracha is the perfect like spicy, salty sauce to put on your chicken if you want like that stir fry chicken type of vibe. This is so good. Like I already did a little taste test, but I'm gonna save it obviously for dinner. I already have it prepped ahead of time just because I like to do that. And then once Kylo goes to bed, I'll just pop it in the microwave and eat some dinner. Probably I'll just take out the green onions and then put them fresh afterwards. But yeah, this looks delish. Also, I already had that rice meal prepped. That's why you guys didn't see me make it. But I do think this would pair perfectly with like a coconut rice. So just like a plain white rice, but made with coconut milk. That would taste so good with this. But I didn't want to waste that rice. Obviously, I had it already meal prepped, so I wanted to use it instead of making new rice and it just going to waste. Okay, I just did my skincare, so that's why my face is a little red. But for dessert, my husband surprised me with this. I don't even know exactly what it is, but it looks delish. It kind of looks like a chocolate dipped cookie. I don't know, but it looks amazing. I'm really excited. I don't know what the calories are for it, which anytime I don't know the calories of something, I'm just like, you know, alarm bells ring off. It's from danishpastryhouse.ca. I did try looking up the calories on my phone, but when you go to the website, there is no calories. And I don't even know what this is. Like, what is this? Is it a Danish? Is it a croissant? It looks like more like a cookie. I should have probably asked my husband what it actually is so that I could search it up. But knowing him, he probably didn't even look at the name of it. Just saw that it was chocolate and it was a heart and it was a win. You know, I feel like in cases like this, right away, your first instinct might be like, oh, no, I can't eat that. There's no way I can eat that. I'm trying to lose weight right now. Like, I can't eat that. That would be your first thought sometimes, but I am so past that. Like, I used to think like that, but now when my first reaction to this is, oh, cool, I'll fit that into my calorie deficit and have that as my dessert tonight. Now, I will say I don't know what the calories are for this. So that does kind of ring, you know, alarm bells in my head a little bit. So what I'll do in a case like this is try to look it up. If I can't find it, maybe I'll play it on the safe side and cut it in half. But what I'll honestly do is just take a bite of it, see what it is, see what's even going on inside, and just kind of analyze it. I mean, it's dipped in chocolate, so that right there is probably like a good 150 calories. So honestly, to play it safe, I'll probably have the other half tomorrow. So that just goes to show you, like, you can enjoy like little sweet treats if people drop them off or gift them to you. You don't have to feel like you can't enjoy your weight loss journey or you can't enjoy little sweet treats. Anyways, this was something totally random I wasn't expecting, but I'm looking forward to having this for dessert tonight. And yeah, that's pretty much it for everything that I've eaten today. Bye guys. Mwah. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. I just dropped Kylo off at my mom's so I could work today, and I figured let's do a what I eat in a day today and share everything that I eat. And as I showed up to my mom's house, she's like, sweetie, I got you something. And I was like, mommy, you didn't have to. Yeah, my absolute favorite, McDonald's English muffin, egg McMuffin, I should say. So we're starting off this what I eat in a day on a perfect note. All jokes aside, for a hot minute there, I was like, oh, but I'm filming what I eat in a day today. Should I, you know, share this? Should I not share this? Should I just go home and make something else for breakfast? By the way, it is raining like crazy today, if you guys can't tell. But when you're a content creator, there's like this fine line between being real, but also being like inspiring and wanting to share like good information and good things. You know what I mean? For me, I always remind myself the best thing is the realest thing. And this is just the realest thing right now. Like, would it be better if I made a home cooked, high protein, high fat, healthy breakfast? Yes. But is it the end of the world? No, it's not. So I'm just gonna enjoy my little McDonald's Egg McMuffin. This just goes to show you that throughout your weight loss journey, there's just gonna be different moments that pop up, and this is what's going to make your journey sustainable for the rest of your life. Like, if you're way too strict on your weight loss journey, it's not gonna be sustainable. You're not going to be able to keep it up for the rest of your life. You need to have this like realistic, sustainable approach to things. And like I said, there's different things that are gonna come up. Maybe your husband on the way home will buy you your favorite donut or your favorite cookie, and your first thought might be like, oh my god, no, I can't eat that. You can eat that. Just fit it into your deficit. Just make room for it. So I am gonna eat this, and the best part is it is pretty low calorie. I think off the top of my head, I think it's like 325 or 350 calories, so it's actually not bad. It's generally what I would eat for breakfast anyways, like calorie wise. Is it nutritious? No. Is it the end of the world? No. So I'm gonna eat it. Just be flexible in your weight loss journey. Not a big deal. What I will do now is just like make sure for the rest of my day I am hitting my protein marks, because I already know I'm not gonna get a lot of protein with this and a lot of healthy fats. So for my snack and my dinner today, I'll make sure to be on it with the protein and the healthy fats. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna wait till I get home so I can like warm it up. I already took a bite out of it. Let's do a little close up, y'all. Oh, so good. But I want to warm it up. It's cold. I usually don't mind cold food, but McDonald's is one of those things, it doesn't slap when it's cold, let's be real. Honestly, like, look at me. No, but seriously, I'm just keeping it real, y'all. There's just some days when you have a really healthy, homemade, high protein, high fat breakfast, and then there's just some days where you don't, and that's okay. Would this have been something I would have gotten to myself? No, but hey, I'm also really busy today because I have a lot of content to film and work to do, and today's like my one day where I can get all of my work done because Kyla will be at my mom's the whole day. So I don't really have time to cook breakfast anyways. I want to get right into my work, but we are going to be cooking some fire dinner later, so stay tuned for that. Okay, it's 12:30 and I'm drinking my matcha. I usually drink it early in the morning, but like I said, I was on the go this morning and I had my little McDonald's breakfast sandwich already. But I think I discovered like the ultimate calorie deficit hack. Hear me out. Matcha. Like, I'm not even joking. Matcha is actually a natural appetite suppressant. I've always been like scared to say this on camera because I'm not like, don't come for me. I'm not saying you should try to suppress your appetite, because regardless, you need to eat enough calories in the day, right? But when you're on a calorie deficit, naturally, obviously you're eating less than your body needs to maintain, meaning you're eating slightly less. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're going to be a little bit hungry on a calorie deficit. That is totally normal. That's actually a question I get all the time. It is 100% normal to be a little bit hungry at a calorie deficit. That's just the nature of it and the science of it. You're eating slightly less than maintenance to lose weight, so you're gonna be a little bit hungry, right? Well, matcha makes you feel so full. So I'm not saying to use this as a way not to eat. That's not what I'm saying, but it does help keep me full for hours. Even my naturopath doctor said this, that she understands with the calorie deficit, especially when you're waking up so early in the morning, it almost can be hard to spread your meals out throughout the day because you're only allowed to have a certain amount of calories, and then it's like 7 a.m. in the morning, and basically you can go through your calories quite quickly, and then by the end of the day you're like, oh my god, I only have like 300 left for dinner. Do you know what I mean? So matcha is a really good way for you to stay full for hours for not a lot. I usually have a full glass of milk. I didn't show you guys how I make this on camera, by the way, because I always do, so I felt like it would be kind of redundant. This is a full glass of 3% milk, so it's high in protein, fats. This is a good almost 200 calories right here, so it keeps me full for hours because of that, but also because of the matcha. It really naturally keeps you very full. So that's a little calorie deficit hack. I've noticed, like, I can drink this in the morning. Like, let's say I drink this around 9 a.m. I'm not hungry for another meal until like 1-ish, and by that time then I can have my brunch-ish, and then by that time I'm not hungry for dinner until like 7-ish. So without that, I notice that I have a hard time just like spreading my meals out. Anyways, we are going to boil some eggs right now, because if you're Portuguese and you know, we make like the massa for Easter with like the egg in the middle. It's hard to explain if you're not Portuguese and you won't know. If you know, you know. Anyways, it kind of reminded me how much I actually low-key love boiled eggs, and it's such like a high protein lean snack. I know it's one of those things that it's kind of cringe, because boiled eggs are one of those things where I'll love them for like a short period and then I'm like icked out by them, and then I love them again, and I'm just like in a period where I love them again. So let's make some boiled eggs, because I figured since I had a really not high protein breakfast, then I'm gonna need a really high protein lean snack to really balance things out. So let's make some boiled eggs and then we'll start prepping some dinner. Also, let me just say, I am not a boiling eggs or boiled egg expert. I haven't made boiled eggs in years. I don't even know like the best way. I know there's like a really good way to make them. Like you would think it'd be easy, right? Just put the eggs in the water, but there's like tricks and hacks that you can do to like just make it turn out really good. So if you guys have any tips, let me know, because I'm not an expert. I haven't had boiled eggs in years. It's just recently because of Easter. Basically, Portuguese people make like this sweetbread and then they put a boiled egg in the center for Easter. It's like a thing that they do, right? So I was like, oh, one day I was really hungry and I was like, oh, let me just have the boiled egg as a snack. And then I was like, wait, why am I loving this like right now? Because I haven't had them in years, like just a simple boiled eggs. Anyways, if you have any tips on how to boil eggs, let me know down below. But I think I'm gonna make some beef today and some rice. So let's start. Why am I out of breath? Not boiling eggs being like cardio for me. Let's start marinating this beef and making the rice. This is gonna be a pretty quick meal. I don't know why, like lately for me with cooking, I have just not been wanting to do like long extravagant meals or even try anything too new and different. I have just been wanting like quick, easy meals. So this is actually gonna be another quick meal because beef doesn't take long to make. So let's get started. I am feeling so much better than yesterday. Like yesterday I was feeling horrible, like so sluggish, so tired, so low energy. I didn't even know like what was wrong with me. This is like off topic a little bit, but then I realized I didn't take my AG1. And then this morning I'm like, oh my God, I feel so good today. And it's because I drank my AG1. So that just goes to show you y'all, do not skimp on getting your nutrition in because it really changes how you feel. Anyways, I'm gonna be using garlic, not too much. Honestly, I love garlic, but there is such thing as putting too much garlic. Like it will be too strong and bitter, okay? A little bit more than that is fine, honestly. This is a lot of meat. Garlic. I'm actually so mad that I am so low on onion powder. I'm gonna add that to my grocery list, but onion powder, let's just put, oh my God, I need way more than that, but whatever. It is what it is. Salt. This is the garlic, herbs, and pepper from Cool Runnings. You guys know that is my favorite seasoning ever. Some chili powder. I'm not gonna put too much because I don't wanna make it too spicy because my husband and Kylo are gonna be eating this. If it's me, y'all know I love spice. And by the way, Kylo was taking after his mommy. Why was he literally eating the sriracha and Tabasco sauce the other day? And he was like, And he went back in like 10 times until finally he started like coughing a little bit and he was like, water, water. That's how he says water now, it's water. Anyways, I'm gonna add my favorite. This is the La Costina diced chipotle peppers. So good. Ooh, it is so hard for me to refrain from making something spicy because I love all the flavors, all the seasoning, and all the spice. Like when I eat something, I just wanna like, I wanna really taste it. That's just how I am. I'm also gonna add a little touch of water to this to just make like a sauce. I also just remembered that I have some of this that my sister Steph gave me. She said it's used a lot in like Latin or Mexican dishes. I think Mexican, I can't remember. You know how Portuguese are obsessed with paprika? This is like Mexicans paprika. Like, you know how we're, yeah, whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I can't remember what the name of it was. It was something with an A. I'm gonna leave it on the screen, but I just remember she gave me some to try, so that's why it's in here. I'm gonna put a little bit in there and we're gonna make some rice with it and do like a Latina, Mexicana rice. I'm gonna put this in the fridge, let it marinate for a good little while. I'm gonna let my eggs finish boiling and then we'll go back to the oven and make this. Straight up, one thing about me, like you're always going to see me eating like Mexican inspired food. Like I could only dream of eating authentic Mexican food. I think I went to Mexico when I was like 12 or 13. I don't even remember the food, but one could only dream. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that's actually on my bucket list for 2024 or early 2025 is to go to Mexico and eat all the Mexican food because honey, that is just my palate right there. Like favorite food, hands down. Anyways, let's make some rice. Ooh, oh hell no, honey. Not the little foil thing being in there. Okay, basmati or white rice is my favorite to use for a dish like this, but I just went in my pantry and I don't have any left. I only have parboils, so that's just what we're gonna use. That'll do. Also, don't be like me, put the rice first, then the liquid last so that the rice doesn't stick. Avocado oil. Just a little splash of tomato sauce. Oh my God, I just put cinnamon sugar in my rice. I thought it was this. because they're like in the same containers. I just put cinnamon sugar in the rice. Oh my God, now I'm gonna have to like dig it out. What is happening? I actually don't think that's gonna taste that bad. Oh my God, what is happening? You know what? Luckily, like 90% of it went on top of that tomato sauce. So I just take that out. Oh my God. Okay, I think we're good. I got like most of it out. It is what it is, y'all. It actually still smells really good. I may not be a boiling egg expert, but one thing I do know is I'm pretty sure you're supposed to put them in an ice bath afterwards, so it makes it easy to peel, I think. I also love putting onion powder in this, but as we know, I ran out. A little bit of chili powder. These are the simplest beans you're ever gonna make, but they're so good. Like seasoned and everything in under a minute, and you can just leave it on the stove on low and it'll cook itself. A little bit of black pepper. And then my little secret to black beans is add just a little splash of your favorite hot sauce, and it adds such a nice flavor without adding too much spice. Like that's it, just a little bit. It's gonna add a little kick of flavor and spice. Cover it, leave it on medium low. Okay, I think the boiled eggs are ready. I'm just gonna bang it on a plate. I'm hoping this is easy to peel. Oh yeah, that's decently easy. Why am I literally dying to eat this right now? Like, I feel like half of you are gonna be like, that is so cringe, who eats a boiled egg? And then the other half of you are gonna be like, I understand. Maybe I low-key am a boiled egg expert. Like, not this being the most perfect boiled egg you've ever seen in your life. So good. So it is 1 p.m. and this is gonna be my little snack. It's high protein, so it's gonna keep me super full until dinner. I'll eat dinner around 7-ish. Honestly, lately Kylo has been refusing bedtime and it seems like he wants to stay up a little later than usual. So the earliest I've been able to get him down these days is 7:30. So I might see y'all back for dinner at 7:30, but I'm like debating on cooking the beef now or later. I should probably cook it now. Okay, don't mind me, I look a hot mess right now. This is what it looks like when you transition into motherhood. Like, you just start to turn into a whole mess. Because it's raining right now still, it's been raining all day. And Kylo wanted to go outside in the rain, so that's what we did. I'm just like watching out for Sugar because he's using the backyard right now. But yeah, he wanted to go to the park in the rain, so that's what we did. I just stood in the rain in the park. That's why I look a hot mess. You want steak? He's literally saying "nake" for steak, but I had to pop on the camera and tell you guys, it turned out fire. Like the beef strips, oh my God, they're so good. And the rice is really good too. It's so funny though, because it does have a very slight cinnamon vibe to the rice. That was not intentional, obviously. And I tried to get as much of it out as possible, but cinnamon is strong. Anyways, that beef, so good. Like, Kylo's obsessed with it. I already had like 2-3 strips, but I'm trying to stop myself because I'm gonna wait until he goes to bed to eat my dinner. But anyways, it's gonna be late later. So I'm just gonna show you guys now what I plan on having for dessert. If you follow me on Instagram, you know. If you know, you know. I have been in a complete obsession with the mini egg bars. Like, this is not a joke. And I actually found out on Instagram that they don't even sell it in the US. Like, what? I'm so used to Canada not having things that the US has, so I didn't even think twice about the US having this. But I got so many messages from you guys saying that you've been trying to find it and you can't. There's like a couple here and there that said you were able to find it, but like very rarely. Like 90% of you said you weren't able to. Anyways, these are so fire. I will take a clip of it later, but it's so damn good. It's basically the Cadbury milk bar, but with the mini eggs in it, actually micro eggs in it. Oh, my obsession is so real. I have so many bags. I literally stocked up on it. I keep the full-size bars for when I have my cheat meal, but these are so perfect because they're mini bars. And let me just open this bag. They're perfectly portioned out. So this is perfect for a deficit because it's already portioned out. Before I couldn't find these, I just had 2 rows of this because 2 rows of this is roughly like 180 calories, but 2 of these bars is 200 calories. I usually eat 2 of these because why not? I always leave about 200-ish for dessert because your girl loves dessert. But even if you don't want to dedicate that much calories to dessert, you could just have one of these and it's like perfectly portioned out already. I love getting little mini size bars for calorie deficit. The funniest thing is I literally panic bought, like this is actually half through the stash I bought. I had like double this. So many and even the mini eggs, and then the bars. Mini eggs. I thought that they only sold it during Easter, so I panic bought it, and then so many of you guys messaged me and you're like, you know they sell that all year round, right? And I'm just like, wow. I felt so dumb, but yeah, that's my stash. Yes, it's a car, a gray car. What's up, you guys? It is now almost 1:30 and I'm finally ready for the day. Mom life. Most days I only get myself together during Kylo's nap time. I don't know what I'm gonna do when he does nap. But anyways, I'm about to make myself a 4-ingredient high protein smoothie with no protein powder. So I came across this on Instagram and I instantly was intrigued. Actually, the one I saw on Instagram was a 3-ingredient one. So we're gonna get into that. But I'm gonna add another ingredient in there. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Stick with me here. It's really interesting. I'm curious to try it. A part of me is like slightly grossed out by it, but the other part of me is like very curious because people in the comments were like, this tastes amazing. And there's no protein powder, it's all whole food. Stay tuned for that. We're gonna make that just now. I actually ordered groceries this morning specifically for that. And I'm getting a little hungry. Like I said, it's 1:30 and I usually need a nice little, to be honest with you, I usually wait until like 2:33-ish to eat something, but I don't know. I'm just feeling hungry right now. So let's make that high protein 4-ingredient smoothie. Okay, so the main ingredient in here that is making it high protein, I know you guys are wondering because I was too. I was like, what is making that so high protein with no protein powder? Cottage cheese. Cottage cheese. Yes, we're gonna make a smoothie with cottage cheese. Let's try this together because this has been going like semi-viral on TikTok and Instagram. So let's try it out. Well, my dumb self forgot to peel the banana before I froze it. So I highly recommend peeling it first. Cheers. I'm so excited to try this right now. Like, I'm pumped. First of all, I thought it would be too thick. Like, I was like, wait, don't you need to add water or milk to that? I did not think it would turn out to be like smoothie texture. I thought it would be really thick. No, it's perfect. You don't need to add milk or anything. And I can't lie to you guys, it smells really good. Like, it literally smells like a strawberry cheesecake. And that was one of the comments that I saw on Instagram, is that someone said it literally tastes like a cheesecake, and then you can just add any fruit you want to make it different flavors. The one I saw on Instagram was just cottage cheese and banana and a dash of cinnamon. I decided to replace the dash of cinnamon with strawberry, and I decided to add a little bit of Greek yogurt just because, I don't know, having the cottage cheese alone, it just threw me off, even though people said it tasted good. So I am gonna try it one day, and I'm very curious, but I just feel like adding the Greek yogurt will help mix well with the cottage cheese, you know? And then the strawberry is just like a strawberry cheesecake vibe. The banana helps to sweeten it. And I think it's a major key to make sure the banana is frozen, because if it's not frozen, I don't know, I feel like having the banana frozen makes it like a slushy smoothie, you know? Instead of adding ice cubes are just gonna water it down. Anyways, let's just try this out. I'm very curious. I'm like nervous that it's actually gonna taste bad, but it smells really good, so I feel like it's impossible for it to taste bad. Let's try this. Okay, it's really good. Wrong straw to use with this though, because it's too skinny of a straw. I'm like having to suck so much. Pause. That is really good. Oh my God. Like, is this a joke? It actually tastes incredible. That has to be a joke. It literally tastes like a strawberry cheesecake smoothie. This is so, so, so good. Like, that's insane. I'm not gonna lie, I was like scared to make it, but I was like, Amy, if you're gonna make it, let your first time trying it be on camera so you can catch your reaction, you know? But I was like a little scared. I'm like, what if it doesn't turn out good? And then it's just a trash recipe, but it's fire. I just feel like adding the Greek yogurt makes it taste more yogurty and smoothie, so that the cottage cheese is kind of masked, if you know what I mean. Let's count the calories for this though. I did not pour the entire smoothie. There's still a good amount in here, and I don't plan on drinking this all, because just based off doing some quick math in my head, I feel like this is probably a 200, 250 calorie smoothie. I'm very good at estimating, and I'm also very good at doing quick math. Once you've been calorie counting for a little while, you just become kind of like an expert in it, so I'm pretty good at it. I feel like this whole thing, that whole recipe was probably 250 calories. So I'm gonna count it right now using my Yazio app, and let's see. So I used half a cup of cottage cheese, which is 100 calories and 13 grams of protein. So let's count the calories first and then the protein after. I put a full banana, which is roughly like large banana like that, I don't know, like roughly 120. And then I put a quarter cup of Greek yogurt. So 3/4 of a cup is 140. 140 divided by 3, about 45 calories. Oh, not bad. Then I put some strawberries, which I won't even bother counting. Like, it's just pretty low calorie. I guess you can put 15. So this whole smoothie is 280 calories. Yeah, I definitely will only be drinking half of this. So I'm gonna put a little bit of it back and save it for tomorrow. But I feel like that's a really good portion size. Like, this whole recipe, I personally feel like makes 2 servings. I wouldn't drink the entire thing unless you're not eating anything else. Like, unless it's a full meal replacement, then definitely drink the whole thing. But if you split that into 2, which is what I plan on doing, I'm only having a 140 calorie smoothie. I'm curious to see how much protein is in it. Okay, so 13 grams of protein for the amount of cottage cheese that I used. 13 plus 4 for the amount of Greek yogurt that I used. So this is 17 grams of protein, which I think it's because I used the 2% cottage cheese. If you use a higher fat cottage cheese, I think it has more protein, but I wanted to cut down on the calories. So it really just depends like what your goal is. My goal is to lose weight, so I wanted to just cut down on the calories a little bit. So 17 grams of protein. I thought it would be higher, to be honest with you. And then, does banana have protein? Do bananas have protein? 1 gram. Cute. 1.5 grams for 1 large. Okay, I will take it. No, I'm just gonna put 1. Do strawberries have protein? No, now I'm just reaching. Okay, so this smoothie is about 18 grams of protein. I honestly thought it would be higher. The Instagram that I saw said 22 grams of protein. I think that's because she used full fat cottage cheese. I might do that next time depending on the calorie difference. But either way, 18 grams of protein, still not bad, but I am gonna only be having half of it just because I'm in a calorie deficit. So this is only gonna be 9 grams of protein, which I still think is amazing for a snack. Like, if you want a midday snack and you don't want high calories, for 140 calories, you could have probiotic rich, like, you're getting your Greek yogurt, high protein, you're getting your fruit with it. Like, this is an amazing snack. 140 calories, 9 grams of protein. If you had the full smoothie recipe as a meal replacement, 280 calories and 18 grams of protein. So I think that that's really good, honestly. And it just tastes amazing. I need to add my arm rub to this. That's what I need to do. This is fire. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would be higher protein. I thought it'd be like 20 plus. I think it's because I got the 2% cottage cheese. Let's look it up right now. Cottage cheese protein. Oh yeah, they have 4% cottage cheese. And if you get 4% cottage cheese, it is 28 grams. Oh no, honey. Hold up, I'm confused. So I just found a Google image that says the low fat cottage cheese is 160 calories for 28 grams of protein. What low fat cottage cheese y'all using? Because mine says 100 calories, 13 grams of protein. That's strange. So it looks like the lower fat you get cottage cheese, the more protein you get in it. So I should have got the 1% because I'm on Walmart.ca and same brand getting the 1% for 100 calories, it's 15 grams of protein. This one is 13 grams of protein for 100 calories. So you can get extra protein the lower fat you go. So I'm definitely gonna get the lower fat next time. But wow, either way, I'm just like shocked at how good this tastes. Okay, so it is 3:30-ish now, and I just want a little snack. I'm like working on the computer and I'm just feeling a little, you know, it's like 3:45-ish. You guys know I don't eat dinner until like 7-ish, so these are so good. Like they taste amazing. The ingredients could be cleaner, but they're really not too bad. Anyways, I'm Portuguese. You're never gonna convince me to stop eating cold cuts or pepperoni sticks. It's just not gonna happen. I'm Portuguese. It's a part of the culture. But these are so yummy because they're like on the drier side. I feel like this is so me to go into detail about a pepperoni stick, but you know some pepperoni sticks are like moist. I know some people hate that word. This is not. This is just like drier. Anyways, I'm snacking on this. 60 calories, 4.5 grams of protein. You guys know I am not much of a snacker because for me, snacks are just like unnecessary calories. I'd rather a larger meal. But when I do snack to hold me off until dinner, I always make sure it's a high protein snack. So yogurt, protein shake, pepperoni stick, turkey slices, cheese, something with high protein. I swear every time I'm trying to get ASMR, this damn fridge goes off. Thank you, Jesus. Good morning, y'all. I just brushed my teeth, did my skincare. I'm about to get some electrolytes and then go on my little morning walk. That has been my ritual, honestly, forever, but especially since being here, it's like every single morning, like clockwork, we are going on our walk because it gives us such a good start to our day. And it's also such a good way to just get Kylo in nature right away. By the way, can we just talk about this tan? Like, your girl is tan and my skin is glowing since I have been here. Like, the glow is glowing, the tan is tanning. She's thriving. Favorite part of my morning walks is saying good morning to the little cows. So cute. This view though. I'm back from my walk now and I'm just chilling on the balcony. I swear I live in the outdoors just in general, but especially in the spring and summer. So I wanted to sit down and like chat with you guys just about how things have been going with my weight loss journey. Obviously, I told you guys last time that I'm not going to be in a deficit while I'm here, but I think I've done a really good job of like just maintaining myself. So I think the last time I weighed myself, I was like 140, and the time before that was 136. So there's like a 4-pound difference there. But I will say those 4 pounds is definitely water weight. I just had my birthday dinner, and then the day before that, I also had a cheat day. So it's definitely some water weight. I think that's really good. Like, I wanted to stay within like a 4-pound range, not 4 pound of weight gain, but like water weight being taken into account with that. I swear I'll never get tired of this view at our Airbnb, and there's like a farm right there. So when you're just like chilling on your balcony or going on your morning or evening walks, you just casually see the cows there. Like, I'll never get tired of it. But anyways, Element is actually offering you guys an amazing discount if you use my link drinklmnt.com/Amy Macedo. You guys are gonna get a free sample pack with your order. So that's 8 single electrolyte packs. So definitely check out the description box. I will leave my link down below. So like I mentioned before, yeah, I feel like I've been doing a really good job at just like trying to balance. I mentioned in the last weight loss episode to you guys that I've been doing kind of this like on and off method. So I will eat maintenance calories for a few days and then have a cheat day, and then make sure I eat maintenance calories for 2 days and then have another like cheat meal, just to kind of like help balance it, because I do want to enjoy my time while I'm here, but I still don't want to like gain a lot of weight. I really hope like my neighbors don't just like casually walk by and I'm like just talking to a camera. But yeah, so I feel like I've done a really good job at that. On Saturday, I actually had a cheat meal. So Sunday and Monday I ate maintenance, and I think today I'm gonna eat maintenance again, because like I said, last time I weighed myself, I was 140, so definitely bloated from the cheat meals. So I kind of want to just like, you know, simmer it down, bring the weight down a little bit, get rid of some of that bloat. So today I'm gonna kind of stay in maintenance, and I'll show you guys what I'm eating for the day. I've had my matcha and I've had my electrolytes. That's pretty much all I've had so far. I honestly have no plans on what I'm gonna eat today, to be honest with you guys, and I really haven't been enjoying cooking in my Airbnb because I don't have like my usual tools and stuff. So it's like I just don't enjoy cooking here, but I also don't want to use not cooking as an excuse to just like have constant cheat meals. Like, you can still order out and fit it into a good healthy calorie portion, you know what I mean? So I don't know what the day is gonna bring us, but follow me along today to see what a day of eating looks like on vacation while I'm watching my calories, but not on a deficit, just on maintenance. So yeah, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna keep it G with y'all. I'm about to make some breakfast, but I don't know how much of it I'm gonna be able to film, because like I said, I really don't enjoy cooking at the Airbnb because I don't have like my usual stuff that I'm used to, you know? Also, hi boo boo. Kylo just like comes out from the balcony in a diaper. Also, the lighting is not the greatest in this kitchen. I'm just keeping it G with y'all. But I think I'm gonna just make something super simple. I'm honestly just gonna make a breakfast burrito because I don't want to order out. Like, we're trying to keep a balance of like not ordering out too much and just trying to cook. But obviously, as you can see, the fridge is like a little empty because we don't want to get that much food, because we're actually going back to Toronto in a few days. Which I know people are like, girl, you've been in Tennessee for like 5 years. Might as well live there. And I'm like, I wish. Anyways, I just grabbed these tortillas from Walmart the other day. I'll probably honestly just make an egg, some bacon, put some corn in there, put some shredded cheese, put some hot sauce on it, call it a day. Like, I've been doing the laziest, quickest breakfast. Like, who wants to really cook a lot on vacation, am I right? But also trying to be like a skinny, rich legend, because ordering out will make you broke and hefty. Also, I have to link this top for you guys. I have been loving it. Like, if you are a mom or just love your little hot girl walks, this top is so cute. It's like an athletic material, so it's very like sweat resistant. It keeps the girls up. Y'all know I'm like a part of the Saggy City committee, okay? This top keeps the girls up and it's just so cute. I absolutely love it. It's so comfy. I actually have it in black and white, and I need to get it in a couple more colors. It also comes in like a cropped version, like cropped like this, and I actually love the cropped ones as well. The cropped ones are so cute, but there's just times when like I don't want to be, you know, so I just kind of like the longer ones too. Anyways, let me make this bacon. We ordered Mexican food the other day and it was so fire, and they gave us like extra cilantro with onion. I'm gonna put that on here. Love the fact that I did not have to chop this. There is my breakfast. A big little breakfast taco, super easy, took under 5 minutes to make.
Okay, so we decided last minute to come to Lucky Lad's Bar. Kylo was having a blast. My husband is with him right now because someone has to monitor Kylo because Kylo is not interested in sitting down and eating. So this is what I mean by going with the flow. I just ordered some burgers and fries. I did get a Coke, but I will only be having a few sips just to save the calories. And I did add mayonnaise, but I only put a tiny bit just to save calories. So I put ketchup and mustard since that's low calorie. So done. This is a Red Bull slushie, and it is so good. I'm trying not to drink it all because I don't want the calories, but it is fire.
After moving across the country, this was much needed, let me tell you. So if you are like, what is she talking about? Then you have missed out on the fact that yes, I did move to the US. Today I want to give you guys a major just like update on where I am with my weight loss journey. I've been sharing my entire journey with you guys, and we're definitely due for an update. I've had like such a huge life change, and the past 2 months so much has happened, and I want to talk about how I've managed throughout all of that, like the moving, the traveling, and where I'm at right now and what I'm looking forward to. So we'll talk all about that, and we'll do a full what I eat in a day, but I am starting my day off. It is like what, 7:30? Yes, it is 7:36 a.m. and I am having my matcha because I need it so bad. And after, like I said, moving across the country, the past week and a half has been me just like every single day trying to make this house a home, and it finally is coming together and feeling like a home, even though we don't have all of our furniture delivered yet. That's a whole other long story. But even though we don't have all of our furniture in, we've like put up curtains, bath mats, have some outdoor furniture in the little backyard, so it's like it's starting to feel like a home, and I'm starting to settle in. But I have missed some of my key favorites that I haven't been able to have since I ran out of and then was moving and traveling. So I'm gonna drink my little matcha, probably go for a little neighborhood walk, And yeah, I'll film everything that I'm eating today, as well as do a little chit chat for you guys, like an update where I'm at with my weight loss journey, how much I weigh now, and yeah, we'll catch up later. Back from my walk. Don't mind, I'm in my robe. Was just filming some content, waiting for me to get a little bit more hungry, and it's now 10:30. I found this sourdough bread from Whole Foods the other day, and I was really happy to find it because it's essentially almost like homemade bread. If you look at the ingredients, it only has organic unbleached wheat flour, water, sea salt, organic barley malt. That's it. What is that? Like 4 ingredients. So super simple. I was really happy to find that. So I'm thinking of trying it this morning for breakfast. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've really been in like a breakfast rut, but not only have I been in a breakfast rut, like not knowing what to make for breakfast, I've also just not really been feeling breakfast. Like I've not been in the mood for it, but I'm obviously hungry. So I'm just gonna keep it simple, have a slice of sourdough bread, see how this one is. I'm liking how simple the ingredients are. Oh, it says 100+-year-old sourdough starter. Fancy. I actually wanna start making my own sourdough bread. But anyways, I'm probably just gonna keep it simple, have a slice of this with a little bit of butter, some scrambled eggs, some bacon, maybe a little bit of cheese, and some fruit. Like just keep it simple. Whenever I'm in a rut with breakfast and I don't know what to make or I'm not feeling it, I just keep it simple and then I have fun at dinner. So we'll have fun and do some cooking for dinner time. So I just remembered that I actually don't have any butter, unfortunately, which sucks, but I will also be adding some hot sauce to this, and I'm gonna go eat outside in the backyard. All right, guys, I am getting ready for the day, and I'm just like, let me chit chat about a weight update and how things are going while I'm getting ready. So I wanted to give you guys a weight update because obviously with traveling and the move, it's been a lot, and I've really tried my best to like stay on track with not my weight loss journey, because I knew I wasn't going to continue losing weight. To me, that was like an unrealistic goal. I mean, I definitely could have. It's not impossible. I just simply stay in a deficit. But I knew that I like wanted to let loose for a little bit. I also knew, I've been telling you guys it before, that I needed a bit of a refeed, like my body needed a break because I've been in a deficit since January, right? So I knew that I needed a break. So I took this whole time period to just like stay in maintenance. But since I was traveling and I knew I'd be like hitting up new spots and trying new foods, I knew that I wanted to give myself some wiggle room to gain maybe a little bit of weight because I knew I'd be trying new foods. But anyways, I wanted to give myself some wiggle room. So I did mention to you guys, I gave myself like a 3-pound clearance where I was like, okay, I won't be mad if I gain like 3 pounds, right? So drum roll, please. I weighed myself this morning, and the past few days I've kind of stayed the same weight because today is like my first day being in a deficit. So I weighed myself and I am 141. My last weigh-in, my last lowest weigh-in, you guys know, was 136. So I did gain 5 pounds, a whopping 5, which I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit disappointed in myself for gaining 5 pounds, but at the same time, and I'll explain this, I am a little bit proud of myself for only gaining gaining 5 because if you go based off of past history, the last time I moved into my old home in Canada, I never spoke about this, but like literally, it's so embarrassing. Before I moved, I was like 130-ish, I think, 135, something like that. Regardless, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I gained 15 pounds within 1 month just because I moved. I used it as a total excuse to like go off the rails and go ham and binge eat. And I literally gained like a little bit over 15 pounds in less than a month, which is insane. The fact that I only gained 5, which is kind of reasonable because I was, you know, visiting a new place, trying new food, went back home to my parents to visit family, moved across the country. Like given all of that, the fact that I only gained 5 is actually not bad. Like I'm proud of myself, but at the same time, I am holding myself accountable because there were definitely a few days where I went over my calories too many days in a row towards the end of my trip. Like I did so good on the first half of my trip. Literally for the first 3 weeks of my trips, I didn't even gain a pound because I was doing so good at like balancing. But then towards the end, I kind of had too many cheat days in a row. And I knew I wasn't doing a good job at balancing. In that sense, I'm holding myself accountable that I do think I could have done slightly better and maybe only gained like 2 or 3 pounds. Regardless, I'm proud of myself because I see my progress in life. Like, you know what I mean? I see that my relationship with food is clearly better because in the past, like I said, I binged eat and used it as a total excuse to go off the rails. So I'm actually so proud of myself, but I am excited to get back into a deficit. I have not been in a deficit since June, guys. So yeah, that is my quick little weight update. I'm looking forward to just finishing off the rest of this year with you guys, finishing it off strong and losing the rest of this weight. We got like 20 more pounds to lose. Well, now we've added 5. Wish me luck, y'all. Okay, so for dinner tonight, I decided to make some tilapia because we did pick some up from Whole Foods the other day. I used to make this all the time where you basically just season butter and you put it over the tilapia, put it in the oven. It's such an easy dish to do. You can put a bunch of veggies in there that you like. I usually just do corn, sweet pepper, and onions. I love putting the onions. I used to season it with Cajun seasoning, but we don't have any, so I kind of just freestyled it today and did like garlic, Montreal chicken spice, Italian herbs, just a bunch of different seasonings that I had on hand. And then I already have rice that I made a few days ago in the fridge. So we're gonna use that leftover rice. So have a super easy dinner. Like all you do is put this in the oven for like 10 minutes and dinner is done, especially if you already have rice meal prepped. I like using a silicone brush for this, but we don't have any. And then what you do is as the butter melts in the oven, you go in and rub it all around. Right now it's hard to rub it because it kind of solidifies as it touches the cold fish. But yeah, once it melts in the oven, you can rub it all around again to make sure it gets evenly coated. I like putting a little bit of lemon slices on top. You can do this with any fish, honestly. Look how good that looks. Into the oven it goes. And then for dessert, I'm gonna have a handful of my absolute faves, the peanut butter M&Ms. My favorite. I will usually have 200 calories worth. My little guilty pleasure.